Hello, everybody, and welcome, Grapperinos specifically, and welcome to probably next week on Smackdown. I'm Bryon, and once again joined by a man who is very much upset about the whole Seth Rollins injury situation, Mike. Say hello, Mike.
I'm less upset about Seth Rollins getting injured and more upset about LA Knight not being pushed again for like the 10th time in a row. Like I swear, this man is doomed to become a premium jobber. Like that's what he is. Unfortunately, he's that kind of guy who gets involved in a feud just to be like a high level jobber to a guy that they actually want to win the belt. And it sucks as an LA Knight stand that this is what it's come to.
Well, Triple H once said that LA Knight will have this day, and soon enough, today was not the day. He will have his day in like 10 years when he's like 53. That's why the median age for main eventers is so high. We're gonna crown a WWE champion when he's like 60 years old or something like that. We're gonna have a senior citizen as a world champion. And you don't see that every day. But anyway, that's LA Knight used to be on SmackDown, but he's now on Raw, I guess. I don't know. This whole situation is confusing, but anyway, we're gonna book this SmackDown using the rules. And by the episode of SmackDown, of course, we mean the next episode, the one that is happening very soon. And I guess we can disregard the first rule because God knows this company does not want to follow its own rules, especially as it's in a brand split currently, right? Aren't we in a brand split, guys? Aren't we? But anyway.
We're in a brand split for everyone that isn't a main event.
That makes sense. But we're gonna book the next episode of SmackDown using these rules, and after we tell you what we think the shows are gonna look like, I should say the show, not shows, but whatever show is gonna look like, we will then see the next episode of SmackDown, and we are going to tally up our points based on how accurate our predictions and bookings are based on this scoring system that is pretty rad, although it's still in development. I don't know if we're gonna balance this or not, but you know what, we go as proceeding planned. Yup, English, ladies and gentlemen. That is the plan. And going to last week's scores, bad week. Bad week for me. I think I have a 2.5. Not great. Absolutely not great for me. Mike, I think you have a 6.5.
I did.
Great
I got
week for you.
almost all my points from the Tiffany Strat promo deck. Stratus. Goddamn. Why are they so named the same, man? It's like Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton are too close to get right.
Stratus. Yeah, I can see that.
Tiffany, Tish. Yes. Okay. So I got almost all my points off the Tiffany Stratton promo.
Watch her
Most of
strut.
my points came from there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I only got my points from
Yes.
not Tiffany, but other things, I guess. But hopefully I put a bit more effort into this one. And we'll see how many points I get from that. And we'll see what yours is, of course. Let's take a look at the announced matches as of the time of this video recording thingy mabobber. And I think it's just one thing, which is the John Cena and Cody Rhodes under one roof kind of face-off segment. And that's it. So without further ado, let's book this thing and start with my version of the show as Randy Orton comes out to the ring, talks about his match at Saturday night's main event, says that he is, well, he's got a match with Drew McIntyre, and he's got a match with Logan Paul, and he's got a match with, what's his name? The white guy who's fat. What's his name? Jelly Roll? Is that
Jelly,
the
yeah,
name?
it's Jelly Roll. Renowned country singer, Grammy Award winning celebrity token celebrity appearance for SummerSlam. Jelly Roll, yes.
And may I point out who asked for this match? Who asked for this match? Who asked for Jelly Roll to be? I'm guessing this is an internal kind of, Jelly Roll came up to them and was like, "Hey, I want to be a wrestler," and they were like, "Okay," and they just give him this match. I'm assuming every celebrity who wants to be a wrestler just goes to the WWE and says, "Hey, I want to be a wrestler." WWE just gives them a random ass match on a big pay per view, or a PLE. Sorry, PLE, and that's how we got here. But anyway,
Well, Jelly Roll's been associated with WWE for like a minute, so I mean, it's been like kind of a thing that he's done. He did like the theme song for the last SummerSlam as well, I think, or one of the theme
yeah,
songs for the last SummerSlam.
yeah. I guess the asterisk there is if you take it seriously, or if you take your commitment seriously to the company, obviously. But anywho, he talks about the match at Saturday Night's main event and of course SummerSlam. But because Logan Paul and Jelly Roll do not want to, show up at SmackDown at random SmackDowns and would rather be on SummerSlam or something like that, we're not gonna have either man show up. Instead, we're gonna have Cody come up, and he's going to say, "Hey, congrats on your win at Saturday Night's main event against, I think, Drew McIntyre." I don't know. That Saturday Night's main event was a blur, so whatever. But anyway, congratulations on your match at Saturday Night's main event. And hey, man, you know, you've done very well for yourself. And I know you got a match at SummerSlam with all these other men, so good luck. And no matter what happens, whether you win or lose, you will still be a friend of mine. And I will always support you no matter what you do. And Randy Orton says the same to Cody. He says, "Well, I wish you good luck as well for your match against John Cena. I know that you've lost to him before, but you know what? You're going to get the title back, and you're going to bring it back to us, the company, because John Cena doesn't represent the company. You represent the company, Cody, and you're going to bring it back to us." And Cody's like, "Okay, great. Thank you." Okay, great. Thank you. What a great reaction. But Cody says, "Thank you." He opens his hand for Orton to shake, and Orton shakes his hand, and they go for a little hug because they are friends after all. And Cody smiles, but when you go to Orton, he smiles at first, but he starts to turn a bit into a devilish grin. And of course, Cody doesn't see it. It's only for the camera. And after the hug, Randy Orton just says a few words, just privately to Cody, exchanges a few words, and then walks away. Again, I'm just setting this up for a little bit of an intrigue thing between Randy and Cody, and possibly setting up the Randy Orton heel turn because of the Night of Champions thing. I think they should follow up on that and start to plant some seeds into Randy Orton's betrayal on Cody at some point. So we're going to start planting those seeds there. And again, because Logan Paul and Jelly Roll couldn't be asked to be on there because they were in some random late night talk show instead of couldn't be asked to be on a SmackDown. I don't think they're just going to appear there, but whatever. From that, we move on to Charlotte Flair versus Michin. Just a random mid-card women's match because, I don't know, we're just going to have a women's match. And Charlotte Flair is accompanied by Alexa Bliss, and Michin is accompanied by, I don't know, B-Fab or someone, I guess. I don't know. And we're going to have Charlotte Flair win by pinfall. Again, we just want to get some momentum behind Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair as they move into SummerSlam. Maybe get into another women's tag team mid-card match against, I don't know, some team, but I want to get them some wins. And there you go. That's it. And we're going to move on from that to a Tiffany Strand promo. She walks out with her title, and she talks about her win at Evolution. She says, it's Tiffy time. Everyone knows it's Tiffy time at Evolution. Trish Stratus knew that it's Tiffy time, and now she knows it's still Tiffy time. And she talks about who her opponent for SummerSlam will be. Now that I've defeated Trish Stratus, who will be my opponent for SummerSlam? And then Bianca Belair comes out, and she says that she wants an opportunity for the Women's Championship match at SummerSlam. She is then interrupted by Jade Cargill, who also wants the same thing. And as a result, Nick Aldis comes out and he says, hey, enough with the screaming, enough with the demands. I am going to have you guys fight next week to determine the number one contender for the Women's Championship at SummerSlam. And wait a minute, I just noticed that this is not good because the Queen of the Ring is Jade, so technically speaking, it's Jade's opportunity.
Yeah, I was going to tell you in your question segment, did you forget that Jade Cargill exists? Like, this has already been determined. Damn.
You know, ever since Saturday night's main event, my brain has been fried by all these commercials. Do you see how many commercials tuned up for the matches? Okay, it's like 1 minute of wrestling, then you go to commercial, and then it's 1 minute. Alright. So, I'm gonna rewrite this hurriedly. And instead of Bianca Belair coming out, it's just Jade Cargill. And Jade Cargill says that, you know, she's gonna beat Tiffany. And I'm gonna keep that in, by the way. And she's gonna say, hey, I am the better woman than you. And I know that because look at my muscles. Aren't they big? No, that's not what she's gonna say. Might be. Who knows? But yeah. Jade and Tiffany, just like Tiffany and Jade, just bickering about who the better woman is. You know, Tiffy time versus look at my muscles, I guess. I don't know. And yeah, that's it. Anyway, moving on to the tag team situation. We're gonna have DIY go up against Rey Fenix and Andrade in a tag team match. And I'm gonna have Rey Fenix and Andrade win by pinfall. Again, wanna increase their momentum because I think they're going to be the challengers for the Wyatt Six at SummerSlam for the tag team championships. And DIY can go and feud with, I don't know, Pretty Deadly when they come back, or no, Pretty Deadly is heel. Some other face tag team, I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna have Rey Fenix and Andrade be the ones to sort of try to get it off of the White Six, and I think they're gonna fail. So it's up to DIY and the rest of the tag teams to sort of try to take it off of them in an Infinity War situation once again. And from that, we move on to Solo Sikoa, who talks about the Saturday night's main event match with Jimmy Uso. Says that he beat Jimmy and Jacob, and he is still the US champion. Now, because WWE loves to rerun stuff, we are going to have Jimmy Uso come out and say that he still wants a title shot because Solo cheated. Or at least he thinks Solo cheated because of his posse over there with Talatonga and Tamatonga and JC Mateo. One of those things was not like the other.
Bingo Bongo and Jimbo and Jimbo Kringo and
Great.
and Latumbo Mumbo.
Yeah, Mumbo Jumbo. And yeah, he cheated. And so he is interrupted by Jacob Fatu, who comes out and says that Jimmy has had his time and now it's Jacob's time to shine. And the two start arguing and Solo laughs. And Nick Aldis comes out for the second time tonight. And he announces a triple threat match at SummerSlam for the US Championship between Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. I know they love rerunning this shit, so they are going to do this. I know it. I know they're gonna do this. Because there's no one else. There is no one else that's going to challenge Solo for the US Championship, now with 3 weeks left. And who has sort of a relevant feud with him. So, there you go. We then move on to Aleister Black versus Damian Priest, because last week, well, Damian Priest tried to stop Aleister Black from getting R-Truth. However, Aleister Black beats up Damian Priest backstage, and as a result, we have a match. We're gonna have Damian Priest lose, and we're also gonna have Aleister Black also lose, because it goes to a non-contest. As R-Truth comes in and hits Aleister Black with a chair, and this could go to a triple threat match again at SummerSlam. God, SummerSlam has a lot of triple threats, not gonna lie. But Aleister Black, Damian Priest, R-Truth, triple threat at SummerSlam, I could see it happen. Just a mid-card feud for those three men, I suppose. And we're gonna end with John Cena and Cody Rhodes under one roof. Cena comes out, typical rah-rah, I hate the fans promo. I hate you guys. You guys hate me. I am in the Mount Rushmore. I'm the best wrestler. You guys cannot argue with that. And he eventually starts talking about Cody. And now he beats Cody at WrestleMania and thinks he could do it again. Cody is a phony. Phony Cody. And Cody will never beat him because he's got management by his side or something like that. He's got The Rock by his side. I don't know. He's probably going to mention The Rock in some way. And then we're going to have Cody come out and says that he hesitated when he tried to hit Cena at WrestleMania. But this time he will not hesitate because he is a good guy. He's going to fight with all his might. He will fight with all the adrenaline in his soul. And it's going to lead to a brawl. We're going to have Cena AA Cody and leave. However, he gets ambushed by R-Truth. And R-Truth attacks him. And R-Truth is left standing. And he runs away as the show goes off the air. And I think this is going to lead to a situation where after the R-Truth, I could say that the R-Truth, Aleister Black, and Damian Priest match will happen at Saturday. And then on the Cody Rhodes John Cena match on Sunday, we're going to have R-Truth intervene and help Cody win back the championship. So I think that's what they'll probably try to plan there, but there you go. That's my card. Any questions?
Do you have anyone? So you really think that John Cena is going to go this by himself? He's not going to have any assistance from The Rock or from Travis Scott?
I think he's going to have Travis Scott help out, but I think because R-Truth doesn't like John Cena that much anymore, he's going to try to be the equalizer and sort of help Cody win. So I do anticipate that sort of deal. I don't know if The Rock is going to do it because The Rock is just, oh my god, he's like yes, and then he's no, and then he's like, I just want to give Cena his own spotlight, and it's like, what the hell, Rock? What are you doing? The great gaslighter? But I do anticipate someone intervening on Cena's side in the finish, right? Maybe Travis Scott comes out, tries to help Cena, and then we're going to have R-Truth come out and just get Travis Scott out of the picture. And then it's back to Cody and Cena. Cody does his crossroads on Cena, and then that's it. That is that.
All right, fair enough. All right.
Okay, your card then?
Yes, we can go to my card.
Okay, let's go to your card. Starting off with...
To start off, I have... Pull up my notes here. Who do I have first? My notes are coming up right now. Thank you for telling me.
Yes, you
I have
have.
Tiffany Stratton.
You have Tiffany Stratton.
I have a Tiffany Stratton promo. She is then confronted by Jade Cargill. Jade comes out and tells Tiffany, listen, I would love to fight you, but I have business I need to take care of on Raw. And she is going to announce that she is changing to Raw so she can challenge Naomi for the World Heavyweight Women's title. And I think this frees up Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair to challenge Tiffany for the women's title at SummerSlam.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You either want Alexa Bliss to be women's champion, or Charlotte Flair to be the women's champion. You want either of them to be women's champion.
No, I'm just saying it frees them up to fight Tiffany for the championship.
So if that were the case, I think you're gonna risk, because okay, so I get the whole fan perspective, right? They don't like Charlotte Flair. They like Alexa Bliss.
They do.
But they do. So having Charlotte Flair be tied to Alexa Bliss kind of, it warms up Charlotte to the fans. If that's their objective, I think they're succeeding. That doesn't mean they've gotten there yet, but they're getting there. Not there yet, though. What I'm saying is that having Charlotte Flair be the women's champion at this time is going to undo a lot of that work that they put in to making Charlotte more relatable, or having the fans sort of warm up to her. You know what I mean? Alexa Bliss as women's champion, I don't know who would feud with her to even, I don't know, constitute some sort of like potential feuds in the future when she does get it. Like I guess maybe since she's a face, I guess
You guess
you
Charlotte?
could have her. Okay, so you're gonna have the team sort of break up in that case.
Yes.
You're
Yeah,
right.
I think Alexa wins it. And then Charlotte challenges her for the title.
Okay. Interesting you'd have Jade change brands, but considering her storyline against Naomi, it makes sense. Makes sense. And then, oh, I'm sorry. So you said that she's going to Raw for only for Naomi, and then after the whole Naomi thing, she's gonna come back to SmackDown. Is that what you're saying?
She goes to challenge Naomi, and if she wins the title and it stays on Raw for a little bit,
Yeah.
and then maybe like Rhea or Io switch over to SmackDown. Or I don't think they do. I think maybe I don't know. I think having Naomi and Jade on Raw makes a lot of sense because you want some main eventers to switch up the pace a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I think people are getting tired of Rhea and Io.
Yeah. I mean, that's why they kind of put it on Naomi in the first place. But yeah. Alright. Okay, well, let's move on to...
I have Fraxium versus Andrade and Rey Fenix. I think Andrade and Rey Fenix win. They have been officially announced as a tag team. And I think that they are building them up to be the next number one contenders, possibly. I think them beating Fraxium here is a way for them to get in the tag team division and maybe eventually challenge for the title.
Alright, great. Yeah. Makes sense. I don't have any questions here. Moving on to...
A number one contendership fatal four-way for the women's title at SummerSlam. Someone needs to challenge Julia at SummerSlam, and this is between Chelsea Green, Michin, Zelina Vega, and B-Fab. BFAB is here to take the pin, and I think Chelsea Green wins via a surprise roll-up thanks to distractions and or efforts from the Secret Hervis to interrupt people on the outside of the ring. And that leads to Chelsea Green versus Julia at SummerSlam.
You know, looking at the rest of this women's roster on SmackDown, there really aren't much choices for the women's US Championship.
I agree.
Yes. So, I mean, yeah, I think Chelsea's gonna win this. I don't think they're gonna risk it on having Zelina win it again. Oh God, and Michin or BFAB. I don't think it's believable. So yeah, I think they're gonna try to have Chelsea Green win it again because she is the most popular one, and who knows? Do you think Chelsea will succeed against Julia? Do you think she's getting her? If this does happen and she wins, do you think she's gonna get the title?
Yeah, I think she does. I think it's I think she was pretty over with the title even as a heel. I think people really appreciated her as a US champion, so I think she'll get it back.
All right. Okay. Well, moving on.
You have Aleister Black versus Damian Priest. This starts a feud between Aleister Black and Damian Priest because Aleister Black attacked Damian Priest backstage. I think this is a straight up fight, and I think Aleister Black wins via pinfall. You have Damian Priest taking the pin on this show, yes, because I think they have a match at SummerSlam. And Damian Priest wins that street fight at SummerSlam.
All right. Well, it's interesting. Well, it's interesting that you would put Aleister Black over Damian Priest. I know Damian Priest. I think Damian Priest, as a recent sort of newcomer to SmackDown, I don't think he should lose technically, but I do understand that we need to build up Aleister Black. So I guess he needs the win more than Damian, but so you don't really see this as a sort of DQ. If that's the case with him winning, would you have this go to maybe a stipulation at SummerSlam, or?
Yeah, like I said, this becomes a street fight at SummerSlam.
A street fight. Wow. Okay. A New Jersey street fight. All right.
Yeah.
Who do you think wins that one?
I think Damian Priest eventually wins it.
Okay.
Yes.
You're a fan of 50-50 booking. I like it.
Yes. Yep. It's the stupidest option, therefore it is the correct option.
Yeah.
In terms of predicting, yes.
Yes. That's how they do things nowadays. We gotta equalize the wins. Equal rights, equal fights. Anyway, I don't know why I said that. Moving on to the last thing. Cody Rhodes, John Cena.
Cody Rhodes, John Cena under one roof, face off. I think that there is basically like a back and forth between them. You know, Cody says that John Cena used to be looked up to. John Cena used to be a guy that people enjoyed watching, and now he's ruined wrestling because he can't appreciate the fans and what they've done for him, what he's done for them. And Cena says, well, they don't appreciate anything because they're dumb and stupid. And Cody, again, just tries to get Cena to listen to reason. He can't, and then Cena ends up attacking Cody. When Cody tries to reason with him, Cena gets over on him. Cena looks to end the show by standing over Cody, and then Ron Killings comes in and attacks Cena from behind. Cena runs away, and Ron Killings is standing in the ring afterwards because he wants another match against John Cena.
Maybe a Clash of Paris.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like what I had, but whatever. Okay, so do you think Cody wins the title? Or do you think Cena? Do you think Cena retains here? What is your headspace with this match? Because I know this is a rerun. I know this is a rematch, and God knows there are a lot of rematches at SummerSlam. But what do you think happens here? And what could
So
that turn out for the rest of the year?
okay, so there is what I want to happen,
All right.
and there is what I think will happen. And I think what will happen is John Cena retains because that's the stupidest option, and they're going to go with the stupidest option.
Is it with the
But
same finish with Travis Scott and all that?
yes, I think Travis Scott comes in. I think Ron Killings does try to interfere on Cody's behalf, but Cody like pushes him away, or Cody doesn't like make sure like basically he doesn't accept Ron's help, basically.
Oh.
Um, and that might lead to a fight between them at another pay per view. Maybe Clash in Paris, maybe at like a Saturday Night's main event between Ron Killings and John and Cody Rhodes. But I think that he declines the help from Ron Killings, ends up getting clocked by uh, Travis Scott, and then Cena wins by a pinfall.
Well, if Travis Scott decides to interfere, maybe he should be warned about how dangerous his punch is. I thought maybe he should get it softer on Cody's face. Don't damage it that much, or I don't know. He'll probably pull it off again and have some black eye on Cody Rhodes, and maybe it'll look just as good as the first time. But all right. So what? Sorry. What did you talk about? What you want will happen?
But what do I want to happen?
Yeah, because I
What
think
I
you
want
talked
to
about what you think will happen.
yeah, what I want to happen is I want John Cena to lose and then repent for his actions, and then eventually help Cody to win at like War Games or something. And
Oh.
then and then what happens? And
Oh my
then what happens
god.
is there is a PLE. Well, probably not, because looking at the PLE schedule, they really only have September for a month, because you have Clash in Paris in August, and then you have Crown Jewel in Australia in October. You have Survivor Series in San Diego, and then you have the Rumble uh, in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. CM Punk's gonna be
Uh,
there.
yep.
Don't you know?
So I would like John Cena to try and maybe have a PLE in September, or maybe probably a Saturday Night's main event. Um, I don't think they do a Saturday Night's main event though for his last match. It's stupid as fuck. But
They've done it to Goldberg.
yeah, I think I would like his last match to be in Boston, but I don't think it's gonna happen, Brian.
Well,
I
what a
don't think
shame.
it's gonna happen. And unless it ends up being unless it ends up being like right, unless they do, because they haven't announced the date for the Rumble yet. So unless it ends up being where like
I think they
the
have though.
Rumble,
I think they
they haven't.
have.
I don't think they've announced like it's January 2026, but I don't think they've announced the
Yeah.
date for it, actual date though.
All right.
But unless they have, but I could see them like pushing that to the end of January, almost into March. Sorry, February, and then they have a PLE in Boston in December. They have like a PLE, like a custom PLE for John Cena in Boston in December. That's where he has his last match. That's what
Okay.
I would like to happen, but that's probably not going to happen because the Saudis going to give him like a shit ton of money to have his last match in Saudi Arabia,
Oh
because
yeah.
because fuck any sentimental storytelling. We're just going to go to whoever gives us the most amount of money.
Hey man, that's how it works now. That's how it works.
Can we lobby Trump to tell Linda McMahon to tell Trips to not do this, please?
We'll see. We'll see. If only this video was shared by a lot of people. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anyway, John Cena is gonna have his last match, and I assure you, they're gonna have a mic on his face. Michael Cole is gonna say, "John Cena, it's all you now. Take it away." And John Cena's
And
gonna
they
say,
cut
"God dang it! Yes, they're gonna cut him off." And I see that happening because god dang, just like Mike said, screw sentimental storytelling. But okay, I can see both happening. I'm leaning more towards Cody winning it back, and John Cena starts the slow turn to being a good guy, and then we're gonna, have him face against other people. So, okay, by that point, then I kind of think that this whole John Cena heel turn is not that great. I don't know if you feel the same, but like until John Cena sort of turns into a good guy, the only good thing that has happened out of the heel turn is against CM Punk, and that's about it. Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of not great. If it, yeah. Well, there you go, folks. And on that disappointment, that's it. That is the show. And we're going to watch the next episode of Smackdown, see what happens. And then we're going to tell you our points on the next episode, or probably next week on Smackdown. But until then, thank you so much for ordering a blue cheese pizza called probably next week on Smackdown from Grapperinos. And remember, if you are down for some fresh, oven-baked, crispy wrestling content, then stop on by Grapperinos and order yourself some content you can grapple with. See you next time, Grapperinos.